Hello friends, welcome back. Episode 10 of our Iron Teeth playthrough. Good to see all of you in chat. Hope you're having a good Tuesday evening or early Wednesday morning for our European friends and those east of Central Europe. Last time we did a whole bunch of construction down here with our secondary Badwater bypass to completely keep this entire crater free of the nasty stuff. And today we've got all sorts of different things that we could and maybe should be doing, but I was thinking it would be smart for us to expand our industrial area up here. Continue wrapping around the outside here. See what we can get ourselves into. It looks like all of the scrap metal's gone here, so we can go ahead and say sayonara to these guys and get this whole ridiculous structure completely removed. Without removing all this mess, mind you. Just make sure this is nice and clean. And that should take care of all of that. They can come pick up all these pieces if they feel like it later. We still have this entire crater up here to deal with. We decided we weren't going to send anybody down there because it was infected, but currently it's only 2% contamination, so I think it is looking pretty decent for us to be able to go down here now. So I will start construction of this staircase again, and then we can work to slowly get all of this situated. We've got water sources here, here, and here, and then around this central mountain type deal. So we're going to need to create a new design for one of these diversion things like we've done up here, and then this one over here. I'm not exactly sure what the best shape for that is going to end up being, but I don't know, probably not something we're going to do today, but just to keep that on the roadmap for the future. Oh, chat's always going to scroll on me anyway, but since we are here, I will go ahead and pop it out and make it a much wider window so I can actually see everything. Cool. All right, now I shouldn't get too distracted by the super narrow chat window just scrolling endlessly, well, endlessly on end. That's definitely how that works. All right, so what they are currently working on is getting this underground ruin isolated with more levees. And I'm trying to think, it's probably going to be a little bit better if we have this set up like so. Get rid of that guy. Wait for him to come back and then put this in, because then they'll be able to build 3 at a time. So let's make that happen, because then they're just going to have to come in and do these middle 3. Should be a much quicker process. Yeah, discussion in the chat about YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium is, I know I answered this already in the text, but I might as well just put it in the video since I know people watch these. YouTube Premium is legitimately substantially better for the creators than just watching the ads. I don't know the exact amount per view that it pays, but it is more than just watching ads. And it's enough of an increase per viewer that it really, really makes a huge difference. So if that's something you want to pay for, then just know that it's helping pretty much anybody you watch on the platform. So much better than just sitting there and watching 5 different ads. And if you don't want to pay for it too, that's fine. I'm just glad you're here. Don't understand how ads are a viable business strategy. Never made a substantial purchase based on an ad of actively not bought products that showed me ads over and over. Advertising is about saturation. It's about implanting the idea in your head that the product not only exists, but is worth purchasing. So even if you have been bombarded with ads about something, you know about the product, and that's their primary goal. I don't know, I've had AdBlock on the entire internet for, I don't know, most of the past 15 years. So I don't really ever see ads unless I end up watching TV. I don't even have cable. If I'm over, we're watching, I don't know, like a football game or something, I'll see the commercials like, wow, these are stupid, but I know what the products are. That's their primary goal, is to do that. It's not always just like consumer to consumer either. A lot of the advertisement is based around business to business transactions. So like, you know, you go to the airport and you see all the ads for SAP or whatever the thing's called. They're not targeting you. They're targeting somebody who gets paid like six figures, high six figures in some sort of enterprise management role to say, hey, this product exists, this service exists, and you're doing business travel most likely. Hey, look, we have idiot beavers who got stuck. Who got stuck? Terry and Bob Gleason. I know the people you are named after are not that dumb. So think about what you've done, and we're gonna have to let you escape, or you can just sit here and think about what you did. Okay, yeah, they're not gonna die anytime soon from hunger or thirst, so they can wait for this to get built and then walk right back across the bridge. So enjoy your time in the Wall of Shame here. Watch commercials with occasional football interspersed. Yeah, it's pretty miserable, honestly. Yeah, I have found that YouTube music has been not quite as good from a user like discoverability standpoint, but if you already know what you want to listen to, then it's great. And it has almost everything. Whereas, for example, Spotify has been missing a lot of different stuff I wanted to listen to because I'm one of those weird people that likes to listen to, like, college fight songs during football season. Spotify doesn't have a lot of those, but YouTube Music has almost every single one that I've ever looked for. So it's been fine. If your entire life revolves around discovering new music, then it's probably not for you. But if you know what you already want, and you listen to the same stuff over and over and over again, and you're already using YouTube to watch music videos, it's perfect. It's great. You can use overhangs and stairs instead. I could. But it is kind of fun to watch these guys just sit here and think about their bad choices. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about radio is that the vast majority, and I mean vast majority, as someone who has gone to school for broadcast journalism, is owned by the same couple companies, and there is almost no true local radio anymore. It's going to be a franchise of something with mostly syndicated shows, unless you're in a substantial enough metro market where you can have someone in-house who will do a local show every day. The vast majority is syndicated. So you'd have to be in a large enough major city or regional city, or you just have people that really don't like making money who are willing to have their own radio station and pay local talent. If you have those, support them, because once they're gone, they're not going to come back. Also part of the reason I'm doing this for work and not on the radio. But I digress. We're having a good time. Deleting the levees. What is this roller coaster tycoon where you deleted paths over water to kill guests? Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that I ever did that. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't do it. But anyway, moving on. You guys want to do a roller coaster tycoon stream at some point? I think that would be fun. Impermeable walls. Oh, we don't need to worry about those. We don't need the impermeable walls yet. Or, well, they don't really... I'm assuming you're talking about the floors. Trying to read fast so I don't get behind on chat. But I digress. They're going to take care of this, and then we'll be able to move on. But we got to get this stuff rolling, and we have to have more metal processing. And part of what's happened is we don't have enough scrap metal. Obviously, we can't harvest this unless we have something sticking up out of the water that our beavers can roll with. We just have this little bit right here. And then that really is it, isn't it? I think we've gotten all of the rest of the scrap metal on the whole map, minus this. Yeah, so this underground ruins is pretty much vitally important to the continuation of our playthrough here. We've used a lot of metal, make no mistake, to make all this stuff. We are massively, massively in debt in terms of metal material to continue building literally anything. Oh, we didn't set this to do a recipe. Let's start with corn. And of course we have to have more of these. Oh, there we are. We have to have more of these built, but for right now we don't have any materials to build with that until we start breaking stuff out of the underground ruins here. Oxygen not included one. Hello, Devilish. At some point, I gotta have time to, like, learn the game before I do a stream on it. Or at least familiarize myself with it so I don't look like a complete idiot in front of a bunch of people. Is Theme Hospital one of those things that Let's Game It Out did a couple videos on? Walls on the base of overhangs. Huh? Are you talking about levees? There's no walls in the game. Going into it blind with colony failures is best for live streams, though? Yeah, but it's worst for my personal pride and mental health, so I don't think I want to do that. I don't enjoy being bad at things. Idiocy sells. Yeah, but that I don't want, like, I don't want that to be my brand. You know, like, I already have enough people accusing me of faking being bad at, like, remembering stuff in the game. I don't want any more of that. You can use dynamite to expose the last part of the steel. You talking about over here? Because we can already access this. We're fine. Or are you talking about... Yeah, this isn't going to have anything to do with that. Or did I just completely miss, like, a big deposit of something somewhere? Oh! I didn't know this was paused. Alright, well, that solves that problem. I thought we'd already turned that back on. In the water? Well, what would dynamite have to do with this? It's already accessible. There's no more of that over here. That path doesn't need to be there. Oh, you're talking about oxygen not included. Need a little bit of the steel sticking up out of the water so they can harvest it. Well, no, they have to have access to the bottom of the ruins, and they can't use a scavenger flag unless the scavenger flag is not flooded. So, I don't know that scavenger flags have enough range to go up a staircase high enough to get at this without us just draining this. We're working on food. That's why I turned the corn on. The rest of these are working on mushrooms, and we do, in fact, have mushrooms. We just need to get our storage set up a little bit better. We're gonna need to figure out something about storage here. I know this was like the favorite solution that you guys had. I don't know if I like this too terribly much. Partly because I don't know how I'm going to get up to the top of this in the middle of the run without taking something out. But we'll see, I guess. Don't know how long we're going to go tonight. We'll see if we get to any of that. But for now, I think it would be wise to just focus on getting as much of this stuff fixed as possible. Because once this is sealed off, then we can do some pumping to get water out. Although we don't really need any more water right now. We have tons. We could keep pumping it. We could make more storage tanks, but not inclined to mess with that too much. Put stairs by the canola oil to get up to the new storage area. Yeah, but the problem is going to be if we extend this all the way across, we're not going to have any other way to get up. Unless they go all the way down. And the whole point of having this right here is so that they can have storages that are super convenient to what's being done here. Oh, we never had any storage put in here. That's going to be a whole thing. We also... Oh, yeah, I was going to do these. What is this? 6? 6 deep? Yeah. Alright, so that's 3. That's 6. And then I'll do 7 just so I can keep doing the levees the same way. There we go. That's going to be nice. Once we get that all taken care of. Put the scavenger flag underwater and use overhangs and platforms with impermeable floors to prevent flooding of the scavenger flag. Okay, well that's kind of, that's a little cheaty, don't you think? Food's not gone. We still have 1,300. Yes, I know 1,200 of it is berries. But we are not, in fact, out of food. Yes, the terraced rice farms, that's precisely what this is. Or at least what it's supposed to be. Look at all these builders, man. They're coming in here and they're doing their thing. Making it work. That works pretty well. I don't know if we're going to want to continue blasting this down or if we want to just start expanding this bottom here. I did like this being, you know, matching up here. Thought that was pretty nice. Yeah, see, we're getting there. They just have to take the time to process everything, and it is not a quick process. What are these, 5x1s? Yeah. So I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then we can place in a couple more of these food factories. Depending on how we want stuff organized, I could very well do this guy here, right into the bottom of another water wheel, but I don't know if we're going to want to or need to put something in the corner here. I think we probably ought to just leave it alone, in all honesty. Expand the outlet for bad water so it doesn't kill your submerged plants. Yeah, this is all blasted out. It's perfectly fine. Oh, they can't reach any of this. Okay. So that will be an easy thing for us to fix. And then we'll make this, we'll make it look a little better later on. Yeah, the path's going to dynamite. It's easy. But I don't want them to get used to walking across this. I want them to not do that, so then I can't blow them up. Yes, there we go. See, this way, we can continue going around the side here, and then I can have the stairs go down to this one. I don't think this forester is going to still be able to plant all of these. We will have to remove it and put it back in. Yeah, see, there we go. Getting that stuff done. Food is still a little precarious, but we're gonna be fine. We'll make it work. All right, we just have these 2 levees put in place, and then we can start pumping this out. Unfortunately, I did not plan this super well, so I'm going to have to build platforms to suck most of this stuff out, and that's going to be a process. But probably just one of these is going to work for right now. Getting water removed. I just have to have somewhere to put all of that stuff. So do I have triple platforms? I could do 2 doubles. Actually, no. I don't have to do it this way. I can just do triples, and then, because we have the technology, I can just do one of these bad boys. This is not going to stay here like this. Don't worry. But that will help us get all this stuff undone. Oh, hello, Devilish, gifting 10 gifted memberships. Who's going to get them? Let's see here. The Cunning Shine, Nikita Vakalin, Bubba, Russell, Henke, Eve L, Kalad. Unfortunately, do not know how to pronounce that. Goragon Ion Beard. That's a cool name. Sam Houstone, Sir Veritier. Is that 10? I believe that is 10. Welcome, friends, and thank you, Devilish, for gifting those memberships to them. This is also a good time to remind everybody to have gift membership receipts turned on in your YouTube settings, because sometimes people do that. A couple of weeks ago, we had one stream where it was 200-something gifted memberships, which is completely insane. That is not a normal thing, so do not expect that. But sometimes people will gift stuff, so you want to be prepared. How many times have I talked about trains today? Once, now that you mentioned it. But we've not gotten into that yet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Gary Riffel giving 10 memberships to everyone. Who's going to get them? Jesse Harris, Brian Miller, Sydney Willow, Jovial Panda. Vihadster? PL for Poland, maybe? Apologies. Future Dragon 453, Fatboy 121, Mashi B, and Joey Soggett. And Kyle Traver, one of those two. Gifted on behalf of Gary. Thank you very much, Jerry. And Gary, I'm sorry, this is not Parks and Rec, but really, really appreciate the support. So all 20 of you now, as well as the others, will have access to tomorrow's video as soon as this stream's over. It's already uploaded, ready to go. I'll just hit publish for members as soon as we're done here. But for the duration of your membership, you always get access to videos the night before, and then sometimes I'll share stuff and ask questions specifically to the members and ask your input on stuff. Yeah, brand accounts do not allow you to receive gift memberships, unfortunately. I do not know how to unbrand an account. I only know how to make an account a brand account, but I don't know how to unmake a brand account. Ever been on a train pulled by a steam locomotive? Yes, at Disneyland. And I think maybe once when I was a kid on an excursion train somewhere. I believe there's a park in the Metro Atlanta area called Stone Mountain that has a train. And at one point it was pulled by a steam locomotive. I've been on it, but I don't know if it was pulled by the steam locomotive at that point in time. But the Disneyland train definitely was. But the brand account to, oh, here we go again. Here we go again with the gift membership. Slepner, welcome. Good to see you, and thank you for the 10 gift memberships here. Rob Zebedee, Aniket Jana, Abalash Reddy, Ala, Francesco Pena, John Ahern, Jaron Fleck, Andrew Johnson, Rasmus Lindquist, Geraint Walters, Next on Fire, welcome to the Beard Boosters, courtesy of our friend Slepner. Yes, Musings Muses. 3 front-facing Amtrak P42 DCs. No one will not be a member in here soon. You'd be surprised, because we, in the past month, as of a couple days from now, it'll have been a month since Update 6 came out. In the past month, there have been, I think, over 800, including this stream, over 800 gifts, and there are still people who have not gotten gift memberships. I have not been to Candy Mountain, but I've heard the stories. Disney Corporation is now the world's largest provider of steam-powered passenger rail services. Well, I guess if you count... Oh, here we go, talking about trains again. Talking about, passenger miles... Maybe not in terms of passenger miles, because it is just a closed loop, but in terms of different people on a train pulled by a steam-powered locomotive, yes, I would absolutely believe that. Jason Zinda, 10 gift memberships. You guys don't have to do this. I really do appreciate the support, though. It makes a huge difference for me. Who's got from Jason here? Justin Rogers, Sleeth Sarish, Alexander Kelly, Casey Kitchell, Cody Davidson's, Matthew Shorts, Zachary Draper, Cyber King 13, Lunch Money 37, and Madeline Dewitt. Hope I'm pronouncing those correctly. Gifted on behalf of Jason. Thank you very much, Jason, and welcome to the 10 of you as well. Shower tower win, Slepner. Thank you for the $2 attempting to bribe me to build shower towers. I can't ever promise we're going to do stuff, but soon. Soon. I just have to figure out how to get the to get this stuff up here. But if we can make this work, like we already have the staircase in place, but if we can make this work elsewhere on here, then I think we'll be in okay shape. I will go ahead and unpause these 3, just so we can get that going. And then maybe we can figure out how to get the pathing set up to get up here as well. At some point. Can we fix the stairs at the new mine so they're centered, please? Talking about here? Yes, that will be fixed. Which we can go ahead and just do right now. Because nobody's stuck on here, right? Good. Alright, that should solve that problem. Take my adblock sin money. You never have to apologize for using adblock, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Dustin, thanks for joining Beard Boosters. Appreciate you, friend. Like I said earlier, you get early access to the videos. And, well, everybody gets their name in the pool for the Beaver name selection as well. Penguins does not let me do that, but anytime we're playing Timberborn, you have a chance of being named to a Beaver. What about the coal train at Tweetsy Railroad? I do not know where that is. For the new food storage area, could you have platforms go underneath and stairs head up to the level on the back side of them? We possibly could. It just is going to depend on how this gets laid out. I really should have installed ladders, but I think what's going to end up. Yeah, it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me do this on this exact spot. We're going to have to figure something else out. Maybe right on top of this for right now probably isn't going to work. But in the spirit of you know, doing fun things, I am going to try to figure out a way to put a shower on here. Because I know I could do this, but they can't, you know, use it. I could do that, but they can't get water out of it. So I think, unfortunately, it's going to end up being some sort of, like, really, really janky-looking nonsense here. It's like, if I did this, then I would still have to have something else attached here, and then the showers would just be facing into the storage area. If I just did this, then I could have one shower tower off the end of it. But if I did this... So I could have these be 5x1s, except I actually couldn't put 5x1s here. 3. Maybe. Yeah, this would allow me to put two showers in. Thank you. There we go. It is starting to lag a little bit, which is concerning. But I could put 2 here, and those do have good access to water. I know that is not a tower, and that will not satisfy some of you who have been yearning for that stuff, but every little bit counts. And what was this going to be for? Canola seeds? That's fine to have canola seeds. This, I think we're going to need to have storage. I already have so much storage for raw corn. I don't know. Now I'm going to be behind on chat again. Charlie the Unicorn is 16. Yeah, those things are older than you think they are. It is, it's been a long time since that kind of stuff started getting put on the internet. Stubble Club is giant. Yeah, it's like 750, could be 800 names now. We have been past 800 names for a while. Today will push us past a 900. Low 900s. And we are, we're going to run into a problem pretty soon of my computer not being able to actually handle that many names in the scrolling credits. I'm going to have to reconfigure how that's set up. It's a theme park in North Carolina. Ah, okay. You ride the train and it gets robbed. Yeah, they do that at the Grand Canyon, too. The Grand Canyon, I don't know what the train is actually called, but they somehow got the URL www.thetrain.com, which is amazing. They probably had somebody in like the 90s who was a super nerd and bought early domains or something. But I haven't been on that one. But I do know at one point, a lot of these tourist-type trains, they stop the train and have these actors get on and pretend to rob the train, and then I guess you just give them tip money. Or like, okay, I'm not really a huge fan of that, but trains are cool. Why not have an aqueduct shower as it's falling down the beavers running past? Because that doesn't actually shower the beavers. They don't get wet from walking through falling water. They have to walk through static water. Or flowing water, but on the ground. Put an overhang on the... Oh. Well, I already have showers here. So I could, Huh. Okay, well now you've got me curious here. What I'm going to be able to do. If we get rid of this, then I can do a 2x1. Ah, see, that's not really going to work. I would have to have... It's just without ladders, it's so hard to actually have any semblance of verticality here. I would have to come all the way up from the ground here, and that's not really viable at this exact moment in time. I never figured out what I was going to put here. Because I already have so much storage for corn, but I guess I could just make this raw corn and then take out one of the raw corn storages. I know this is over here. This no longer has to be corn. This can just be... I don't know. We already have a lot of eggplant storage. I don't have a lot of soybeans to store. Maybe it's just good to have more raw cassava storage. I am not buying a 128 core Ryzen. That is a tremendous waste of money. Dalton says, Kurt, for the longest time, I swore Charlie was voiced by H. John Benjamin, who voiced Coach McGurk in home movies. That's a throwback. I thought the two unicorns were whomever voiced the annoying twins in that show. That's the fun part about the early internet. Well, I say early internet. I'm talking about early modern internet. In the infancy of YouTube, back when websites like Newgrounds and Albino Black Sheep and all that were popular, there were a lot of people who made stuff for those who are now incredibly huge internet celebrities. Like, the names escape me, but I know there's at least several of them. Make the Stubble Club names like size 2 font. It's supposed to be stubble. The problem with that is then you can't read it, and my computer still has to process it, and that's the problem. It's rendering a solid minute straight of probably 10,000 text characters moving every frame. That's a lot. That's a lot for it to do. I'm not zooming in when they shower. Hammer B1169, thank you very much for the 50 Norwegian. Juvenile Mind auto giggles every time you're saying the old name people beavers in return for membership. I mean, that's what it is. It doesn't have to be dirty. That's just what it is. Should actually just install ladders. I know you didn't want to, but they're such a useful thing. I guess. I know, because sometimes people are like, well, you only ever play with mods. You should do something without mods. So then I try to do it without mods, and I remember how much I like mods. So maybe I should just install it, just not worry about it. I don't know. Grand Canyon Railway offers at least one daily round trip of the Williams Flyer train between Williams and the Grand Canyon every day except Christmas, December 25th. Correct. And they run the excursion train with the restored steam locomotive during the holiday season. Everywhere else, they have, I believe, old passenger cars made by the Pullman Company that were previously Santa Fe Railroad, and then the locomotives they use to pull them are converted F40PHs, regeared for lower speed operation, dubbed F40FHs, Previously owned by Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, and there's one other like a passenger railroad they got those from. Cool stuff. $10,000 computer to check your email and play solitaire. Nope, if I wanted that, I would buy a Mac Pro, which I do not want to do. Static pictures of names instead of scrolling. Yeah, but I'd have to break it up, and we'll figure it out. It'll be something I'm going to have to play with a little bit. I never thought it was going to ever come to that, because, you know, when I started this, almost 15 months ago, it was, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 people. I figured it would just be a handful of people who just wanted to throw money at me because they'd been asking for a way to do it forever, and I never allowed it until I did. Then we got a couple names, and then a couple more names, and a couple more names. Then it, you know, it levels off. And then all of a sudden, oh, hey, we got like 80 names on the list. That's really, really cool. And then 4 weeks ago, these crazy people just kept throwing the gift memberships in the chat every 5 minutes, and now I got 900 names. I got to figure out how to put on there. The guy that voiced Brendan in home movies is also the guy that writes and sings the music on Metalocalypse. Really? I shouldn't be surprised. But that is cool. Don't get a quantum computer. They both work and don't work at the same time. There you go. I'm not famous. I got 13,600 YouTube subscribers. I'm not famous. I play video games about beavers. I don't think I want to be famous, honestly. Grand Canyon also received F40s from... Via Rail. Yes. I believe Via Rail is still using the F40s in passenger service. But they're getting chargers from Siemens that have they're specially designed. Nobody in chat cares about this except like 3 people, but whatever. They got a variant that has snowplows on them. Whereas Amtrak got the ALC 42s, and there's some other designation out of that. Brightline got a slightly different version. Amtrak Midwest got a different version. Amtrak California got a different version. There's a bunch of these different things. I am the first supporter. Devilish, you are actually not the first supporter. You're the first YouTube member. The first supporter, period, point blank, was our dearly departed friend Steve LaFurla, who you see at the end of all of the credits as Beard Booster Emeritus. He was the first Patreon supporter, and I think he might have beaten you by 20 minutes. But he passed away last year, and he let me know right before that he was gone how much he appreciated the video. So I wanted to immortalize him that way. So that's why his name is still there, even though he's, I want to say he's been gone a while, like 9 or 10 months. I'd have to go back and look. But I appreciate you guys. Moral of the story. Seriously, for real. It means a whole lot to me. Yeah, the word influencer is just abominable. I'm not influencing people. I'm playing a video game. We're sitting here playing a game about sentient beavers who have technology. What possible influence could I have on any of you? we're just messing around. All right, so the corn is here. We should see, yeah, so here we go. Corn rations are flowing once again. This is going to eventually be connected straight through to this area, and that's going to help a lot, but we have to get there first. The F40s are retired? Really? Are they all gone now? Well, I've never been to Canada. But every single video I see of like the people who make videos about train trips or whatever, they'll always have the like the old Bud coaches and the F40s on there. Except that one, I think it's, what was it called, the Ocean or whatever, that has the part of the train has like old British Railways stuff that they either couldn't or wouldn't use, so it was imported to Canada and then converted to run with the Canadian equipment. I don't know. The real crime is that there's no American manufacturers of railcars left. They're all subsidiaries of European companies. The Bud Company... Yeah, here we are talking about trains again. The Bud Company was the one that made most of those early Amtrak rolling stock, like the Viewliner ones, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm going to look it up so I'm not the Viewliners, my brain stopped working. But they were in there with Pullman for the longest time making rolling stock. I got 1,000 views on a short. I haven't published a short in months. Those Manor Lords. No, why is this not loading anything? There we go. But they had some sort of like process for making stainless steel that was patented or whatever, and like no one who's done it since has been able to match it in the US at least. Yeah, they've been gone for... Well, the company's been gone for a decade, and I guess they stopped manufacturing equipment in maybe the early 2000s. Yeah, stainless steel streamlined passenger rolling stock. They made the cars for the New York subway. Santa Fe Railroad, all that stuff. But yeah, point being, no U.S.-owned companies make the stuff anymore, so we have to import from everywhere else, and it's a mess. Why does everything go back to trains? Because trains are cool. That's the power of trains. Have you added the mouth-washing? I forgot that again. So you guys need to behave, because I can't wash your mouths out. The shorts audiences and the long-form audiences usually don't overlap that much, but I've got metrics that will tell me I need to actually, like, you know, show the Beavers doing something so you guys don't get frustrated about not being able to watch anything. But the metrics actually indicate that almost everybody who watches my videos also watch shorts. It won't tell me, like, crossover of who watches what specifically, but it's something like 80 or 85% of the viewers on this channel also watch shorts, at least a little bit. But I've been resistant to put a lot of effort into those because there's really almost no benefit to doing it outside of just attracting new people to watch your stuff, which I honestly don't really care to put a whole lot of effort into, because I feel like if people want to watch it, they're going to watch it anyway, and if you're begging people to watch your stuff, you're just going to be desperate. I don't want to do that. So if you like the stuff, watch it. If you don't watch it, that's fine. We're here to have a good time. I'm not here to, you know, min-max my YouTube experience. I don't want to be one of those people. How's Prison Architect fare compared to Timberborn? In what way? They're very different games. Oh, hey, the food's almost gone. You guys have probably been saying that in chat, and I've just been distracted by the train discussion. So let's prioritize all that stuff. That's canola seeds, that's corn, this is doing mushrooms, and this is doing soybeans, which we don't have enough of. So we need to plant more soybeans. I've got, I still don't have enough canola. I don't know that I could ever have enough canola. Maybe I should take, I should blow more of this stuff up so we can have more, what's this stuff called? Soybean production. Because this is already irrigating a considerable quantity of space here. Is this 3 tall? Yeah, it must be. I'm going to get this connected here. Just leave a little bit of space so we don't disrupt everything. This little bit right here, I know I can take that out. This hauling post can easily move, but if I can have more guaranteed spots that I can actually use to plant stuff, I think that's going to be good. Double-sided overhanging platforms don't exist. These are just the 3x3s and the 5x5s. It's just a side view in the icon, so that's why it looks like that. But there are no double-sided. You just have to do that. I need a short for mouthwashing for the shower tower. I mean, if I could, like, think of a way for it to organically, like, make something interesting to watch, then I would, but I don't know. I don't want to force humor, because I feel like that is extremely counterproductive. Like, that's not an authentic thing that people want to see. Gonna get into terraforming eventually. I should find shorts from my existing content, simply make video shorts what's already recorded. I mean, if I felt like that was actually going to make a difference in anything, then maybe. Oh, I can't blow all this up. This has to be, these have to be doubles, because that's going to be the back wall of a thing. And so do these. Those have to be doubles. There we go. This hauling post is going to leave. And then... oh, this I cannot... that's going to be a problem. Alright, I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to explode this. I don't want to explode it too much because I do have to, you know, pump bad water out of this thing. But if I can go down just one level, I think that would be doable. I think that would be fine. Because I am going to have to take back a lot of this space. Is that going to let me get close enough here? Yeah, that should work. I'm just trying to get it to where I can actually go all the way around here, because that's going to have to be triple to go all the way down. That goes all the way down. This cannot be removed. This has to be a double, which it is. That has to be a double. Then these are going to be the outside, and then if I want to get around it, then I have to get... okay. I think that's fine. I believe we are going to be okay if I just do this. We'll end up removing all sorts of other stuff. Planks, I don't care about leaving planks up here. That's okay. We'll let those guys just do what they've got to do. We got to get something else figured out over here. Yeah, we're out of food now. We are out. So whoever said death waves, congratulations, you win a prize, and the prize is suffering. So I guess that's going to be fun for us to come back from. Are these all prioritized by haulers? No, they're not. Okay. Well, let's get that fixed. Lickety-split here. See, I didn't think this was going to be this big of a problem. Because now there's no power to process the food. Yeah, this is, it's going to be a little bleak. Just a little bit. Oh, and I can't even have this go back either, because it's not gonna really work that well. I guess I could just do fermenters back in like this. And then these guys can be, for cassavas, I guess. That'll work, because we weren't really doing anything with those. Because the cassavas don't need to have any oil to do any of their stuff. Alright, now I'm behind on chat. 5x5 platform near the top corner of the safety 7. Well, now it's not really going to fit unless you're talking about right here. See, this is the problem is it's only 3x3 or 5x5. So we would have to get a little bit creative with this. You allowed to build showers in the bad water, yes, but they will not function. The beavers won't use them if they have bad water. Dynamite is a form of terraforming? Yes, it is. Although in this game, I guess it's more like terra destroying, not forming. You're not really moving it, you're just disappearing it. It would be interesting if dynamite dropped dirt that you would have to pick up and store somewhere else, and then build somewhere else or just keep in storage. As a form of not wasting anything. Because dirt just doesn't get vaporized when you know, blow something up in real life. You just got to move it somewhere else. Maybe next stream should be a hard pivot to bots to reduce the number of bio-beavers. Well, we don't want to reduce the number of bio-beavers. We just want them not to die of hunger. Which I don't think anyone has. Yet. They will soon. They will very soon. Because none of this is really working correctly. I've got medical beds, yeah. But the mines, especially when you have explosions, the mines tend to create a lot of injured beavers. But now food's coming back, so we might have a couple die of hunger, but I don't think it's going to be an epidemic. Good, the pumping is going reasonably well here. I don't know how much of this is water that was pumped out of here versus how much of it was pumped out some... Wow, look at all those hungry beavers. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, these things are turning again. Alright, so this actually ends up working out pretty well. We just have to wrap this around the corner here. And figure out some way of getting everything situated a little bit nicer here. 4x, yes, this will be 4x. And then we can just have this go around this side as we get there. But the main thing that we think we're going to have to do is put these food factories set up across like this so we can have power go over the paths. That's something that we've done. There we go. So this one is for the corn. This one will end up being for eggplants. That's the easiest one to do. And then I guess this overhang is going to be eggplant storage. I'm not pushing P. No, I'm not. There we go. Then we can unmark. Sheesh. Still dying of old age. No one's dying of hunger. They're just hungry. Now this one has the cassavas, and this one is eggplants. Soon to be more cassava storage, because I feel like we need to stockpile that, because that's something that does not require the use of the canola. So I guess these guys are just going to keep on doing what they're doing here, and we can watch them build it. No, we have healing for the beavers. We have beds. They're just over here. Got plenty of them. Now this is stalled because we don't have berries because they ate all of them. So that's going to take a while to come back, but it's not going to be a death wave. It's just going to be a not birth wave, which is not the same. I'm only 2 minutes behind chat. I'm not doing a poll for how many beavers are going to die of starvation because they're not going to die of starvation. No more than a couple. Would it help to increase working hours? Yeah, maybe. Prioritize the new fermenters with haulers. Alrighty. And that is something we need to build more hauling posts, because I did get rid of the one. I just don't know where to put them. They're waiting on... Wait, seriously? They're waiting on explosives? Oh, I've had these things not really be prioritized for a while, but don't need to necessarily divert any attention to those. Alright. Hauling post 1, hauling post 2. Pop those guys right there. Make sure there's 10 workers. And there is. Is there any... Okay, they haven't placed those yet because that's obviously not a thing. But these need to be prioritized so we can have those up and running. Because we have 47 beavers who aren't working. We might as well use them. Anybody died of hunger yet? No. No one's died of hunger. They're just hungry. But they won't be forever. I'm not 42 minutes behind. That was only 1 minute. Beavers are dying of old age. They're not dying of hunger. We have 1,500 canola oil. That is definitely not the problem. Top left side of the hole, you were dying dynamited around the green area. Can you plant food down there? Yes. That's why I'm trying to do this. They just haven't gotten the rest of the dynamite in yet. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Man, that Shrek movie really got away with a whole lot of stuff, I'll tell you what. And we've had this discussion before. You drink Pepsi Max on purpose? I'm sorry. How much is Big Canola paying you to push their product? I don't know. Ask the Canadians. They'll know. They haven't died of hunger, but they have died hungry. Yeah, you got that right. But that isn't what killed them. You muted? No. What happened is we ran out of food. So it is slowly recovering. But it's going to take a while because we have to rely on the berries. And every once in a while, the beavers eat the berries instead of food because we don't have enough food to make them not eat the berries. I am just barely not old enough to remember Crystal Pepsi. I feel like drinking the 2 liters of soda in a day was the bigger problem than what soda it was. But if that works for you, then that's good. Avocado oil is good for cooking. Mostly. Most of the time. Ah, crap. They are dying of hunger. How many is that? 1? Is that the first one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, all right. We're dying of hunger. We've tried. We've tried. All right, 18-hour days. And don't try to hunger strike. We just have to have more time to make the food. $2 liters of maple syrup a month? You have any idea how much money that would cost me to buy 2 liters of maple syrup a month? I'm pretty sure like a little 8-ounce bottle is like $10 or something. Of actual Canadian maple syrup. It was very expensive. Folktales of 18-hour days, is that some perfect min-max? That's just what my default usually is. But I forget why this playthrough doesn't have 18-hour days. I legitimately do not know why we didn't have it at 18 until just now. A sacrifice I wasn't aware I was making. Fair. I was kind of aware of it. Don't they need more food if they work for longer? I don't think so. I think that just changes when they eat. Because they'll eat when they wake up, and I think they'll eat before they go to bed. Is it legal to ship maple syrup internationally? Like, counts as like a food item? Needs to be an option for user-supplied answer polls. I try to get Devilish to run polls, but he won't do it. He says he can't. Which, he probably can't, but... It's funny to just make it a meme anyway. Before I head back to the Philippines. Yeah, I don't think they're making maple syrup in the Philippines, so that's a good call. I've got a couple friends in the Philippines. I've met through other stuff. I know they make other, like, popular food products, but I know they definitely don't make syrup there. Maple syrup, at least. I think it's a lot of sugar and a couple of other grain-based things I know are big exports. The Beavers Union says you have to give them 16-hour days. Well, they're all currently dying of hunger, so if they want to work less and starve more, then they can choose to do that. I'm trying to help them by making them work more. But now I fear we're in a situation where they're not really going to be able to, because of how this is, how far behind everything is. Wait, hold on. Is this not connected? It is not. Okay, well that should help. Yep, these guys they're doing their thing. We just need them to actually, you know, produce food. We have tons of cassavas. I know there's probably not good storage nearby for these. So that's going to be another thing we're going to have to pop up here, storage-wise. And this will probably get shuffled around as we continue. What did I say? These were 4s? Yeah. We'll do another 3 thing here. No, not that way. This one can be for cassavas. And I am going to need to figure out a way to put a staircase in here. Probably going to have to be right around here somewhere. I think I can make it work. Yeah, we've lost a fair number of beavers to hunger now. It cannot be denied. Okay, Kurt said 30. Battery Smooth is probably sleeping because it is currently, I believe, past midnight over there. Maybe with all the deaths, I'll become a beaver. How do you know you're not already a beaver? Find out. I know. There is not a clay beaver. We got a lot of baby beavers. Oh wait, no, we have 0 baby beavers. They're only adults. I forgot because we have the nightmare green goop growing the beavers. What kills me is they have all this food and then it's just automatically gone every single day. Because all the beavers are hungry. Oh, well, they're not all that hungry. It's just enough of them are hungry or it becomes a problem. Remove a water tank, put a 1-level platform in front of the large storage and a staircase on the side. That's what I was going to do. I was going to remove both of these and then just have this go up from the side here. And then, oh, you know what? That, yeah, that would work. That would work almost perfectly, actually. Would a clay beaver be a golem? Very possibly. First time in chat, it's 3 a.m. over here. Good to see you. Also, it's okay to go to sleep. I will not be angry with you. Sleep is very important. Anyone know how to heal bee stings? I'm not qualified to give medical advice, but yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Go see somebody. But if anybody else has stuff they want to share, you're more than welcome to. They were called golems, yes. I believe that was update 3. Is that update 3 those were released in? I'm pretty sure those were still called golems. And then they changed them to bots in update 4. Oh, in the game. Oh, there is no heal for that. You just have to wait. Maple syrup, the real stuff is very potent. Yes, it is. You cannot use a ton of it like you can with the packaged artificial stuff. You cannot use a ton of real maple syrup, or you'll get sick. But it's very, very good in small quantities. Sleep is a conspiracy by Big Bed to sell you comfort. Wouldn't it be interesting if we didn't have to sleep and we could just stay up all the time? Have any idea how much more productive we would be? It's actually kind of scary to think about, because you know people would take advantage of that. It's like, oh, you don't need to sleep. You can work 18-hour days. Like, no, I don't want to work 18-hour days. I want to sleep. There's a new mod update to make a bee sting antidote. Well, that would be good, because I hate using the beehives, because the stupid beavers get stung, and then they don't want to work anymore. Well, there's no more beaver hunger strike. We have almost 1,000 food. It's rebounding. It just had to get bad for a little bit. Soylent Green is beavers. I sure hope not. Can we get Kurt and Battery mods? Battery's not even here. Honestly, like, I don't even... Like, I just made you a mod so you could run the poll thing, and then we decided that didn't work. You don't actually have to if you don't want to. Do we have 40 die of hunger? I don't want to count. The last time somebody died was day 5, so I think we're okay now. Yeah, I'm not going to endorse that type of alternative medicine. I don't think so. I can't stop you from doing it, but I'm definitely going to tell you that it's not a good idea. We did get a Sleipnir beaver. Good. Unprocessed food stores are getting kind of low. The soybeans for sure, and that's something we were going to try to fix. But I am starting to run out of space for those guys. Oh, you know what I can do, actually, is I can get a, I can get contamination barriers put up here. Or, no, I'm sorry, these are just straight up irrigation barriers. These will help us substantially by keeping the nasty out. But we do have a little bit of space here. We can plant some more soybeans in. It's just a process. And of course this space around here. I'm going to get that out of here because there's absolutely nothing in there. And this can be more soybean planting. And we can have a warehouse over the what do you call it? This thing. You cannot bribe me for modding by sending me money. Let's just get that off the cuff right now. But I do appreciate all your support. Well, we did need more housing until a bunch of beavers died, and now we only have 7 who are not housed. We will add more beaver housing, but you know, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. Where am I going to put more beaver housing? I guess if we really wanted to, we could get these row houses and try to find some other locations for those. Like right here, this doesn't even fit. Like I could put one like right here, but that looks kind of stupid. So if I were going to do that, what I would do is move the rooftop terraces out to maybe right about here. And then I've got space here to put another regular barracks, which would hold 10, or I could put 3 of the large row houses, which would hold more than 10, 24. That's not a bad thing. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it is functional. I can't do favoritism to modding people just because they give me money. That's very unethical. It would have to be... And, like, you guys behave, for the most part, you guys behave very well, so we don't really need to have people being moderators. But if I was going to have people do that, then I would probably just put out, like, a application thing. starting a super pack. Absolutely not. Near the water tank, there's a level of stairs and nothing up top. Which water tank? You talking about over here or over here? Because this is not the same as this. That's how these stairs are coming up so we can still put berries in here. How are the mangrove terraces going? Well, they were going just... Oh, yeah, look at this. Ah, they can't reach these. That's annoying. Well, we'll just put this in place. That should help. I thought this was going to be all ready for me to go, but I guess we have to wait. These are going fine. They just... they can't grow really fast enough to support all of our beavers. We're going to have a lot more, which is why we were expanding it. The new underground ruins are not empty yet, and there's still some that needs to be pumped out. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this, so this can have a little bit more of an easy time pumping out. How many gift storms today? We've had, I believe, 30 gift subs. Make chat mods be a temporary purchase? That is such a bad idea. Not like mods can do anything. Well, okay, well, the only reason, as far as I'm aware, in YouTube chat for mods to exist is when people just, like, start being, like, unbelievably bad. You can time them out. Or you can send automated messages or whatever. Timeouts, whatever. But again, you guys, for the most part, have behaved extremely well, so I'm not inclined to just, like, saddle a bunch of people with that responsibility. And also, Devilish, if you don't want to be, you don't have to, I can take it off. That is not something that I'm expecting you to do. It's just you asked if you could make a poll, so I modded you because I thought you could make a poll. Just watching video number 8 in this series and saw you were live out of fear of spoiling anything. Well, there's not really that much to be spoiled on. Gonna head back to that video, but love watching the series. Keep up the great work. Thanks for being here. And you can watch this and then go back, or you can watch that and then eventually catch up to this if you haven't already left. But I don't think there's much that has happened in this series that would really qualify as spoilers in the first place, but you're welcome to do what you choose. Mods can post web links. Okay. Do we really need to be posting links in a YouTube chat, though? I guess the Discord one's been nice. I'm auto-banned on a few channels. What did you do? Oh, yeah, you did have to kick out Scotty. We never figured out what was his deal. The wayward Roomba or whatever. No, I'm not saying you need to misbehave more. I do not want you to misbehave at all. Because I like that we can just enjoy each other's company without being negative about stuff. The Automod has problems with how Australians chat. Okay, well, there are certain slang terms that Australians tend to use that American English does not tolerate. That's probably what's happening there. Scott the Feral Roomba, yep. So you put up the aqueduct with the double stacked sluices. When was... Oh, are you talking about, that was over here. Yeah. So this works well, because the ones on the bottom don't control the ones on the top. It's just the side adjacency, so these are actually set completely different. That's ended up working out really well. There's still no cassavas imported over here. Let's see, this is now ready to go. Very good. Yeah, the one bad thing is that there is no corner thing, so I am going to have to get rid of this piece so they can traverse through there. Actually, I can get rid of this one and this one, since we know now that that is an option for us. Hey, Goliath. Sent the Roomba the way of Office Space. What a great movie. What a fantastic movie. Scotty did something with the Roomba and we don't want to know. Well, I sure hope that whatever Scotty is doing with the Roomba is a use permitted by the operating manual. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, yep, that works. Now we can actually walk around. Kind of. Once they get to that. Slowly, we will reclaim our space here. I made a mistake not getting this exploded. Now they can't... Oh, and they didn't... Alright. Well, I guess I'll just get rid of this. That's fine. Set this off. Let the channel empty a little bit lower. It's not going to be perfect, but it should help. There's no cassavas here. I guess I should just have this set to obtain. Probably would be the easiest way to do it. Alright, this is now ready to go. There we go. Very good. Stairs go down to the corner like all the other times. And then I'm going to put another gatherer flag here. Just like we've done. I might actually redo how this goes in. I guess we'll see what happens. But we can go ahead and plant all the mangroves with the exception of this space right here that we will have to do once this can be put back in place. I think this is going to end up being a very... did somebody get stuck down here? No. Good. It's going to take a very quick building here. Alright, we're going to pause. Put in the sluice gate. Top priority construction. This is set to close above 0.75. This is going to close above 0.75. Alright, and go. Build this immediately, because it is going to overflow very quickly. Water exit number 2. I can, and I probably will, to get that fixed, but for right now I want to get this hopefully finished. Oh, good. That was faster than I thought it would be. Except now this has to mildly overflow. But that's not a big deal. Yeah, we're good. So now this guy can reach... Wow, he can actually reach most of it. So I'm going to... Ah, that still doesn't reach. Okay. Well, I can just build another one here. It's not like we're going to need to have this build anything else, but I will just keep it paused instead of getting rid of it. Why is the one directly under it not planted? Because that's how it measures. You see that blue square? That's actually, it counts as part of the block. So that's why you can't plant anything or build anything here, because this has to be clear for it to actually read this. So if you're building a stack of sluices, one on top of another, you can't actually build anything on top of it because the beaver can't stand here to do it. Path on top of the sluice. Yep, that's back in there. There's no reason to have one across there, but I guess we might as well just go ahead and do that. Alright, so they're going to plant that. That's coming along nicely. We still, I don't think, have enough mushrooms, so we will need to continue making more of those. But I don't know where we want to do that. They didn't even... Oh, that's why they haven't done anything with this. I didn't have that connected. That was stupid. Alright, well that explains why that hasn't been a roaring success. All right, let's think about this for a second. How do we want to have this come up to the top? Do we want to just do the shafts like we did over here? Do we want to do another one of these, I don't know what you want to call this, like a turtle or something? Because I think the positioning of this stuff is going to make it very difficult to do something on the ground. Unless we took this center mountain thing out. I don't think we want to do that. So I'm kind of tempted to just have this come straight up like we did with these guys. Finally back from vacation. Colorado, USA. So you're not from the US then? Colorado's a good place to go visit. Lots of cool nature stuff there. Lots has changed and happened in this playthrough. Absolutely it has. We've gotten a lot of stuff done. Depending on how long you've been gone, we have a variety of different food processing and industrial processing things have been done here. This bad water diversion thing is working. We have a mangrove fruit farm in the process of being grown out, and expanding stuff over here constantly as well. Alright, more soybeans there and there. Yeah, this corner here and this corner here can also be soybeans. Oh, now we got a bad tide coming just in time for me to remember that I'm trying to get down here. Alright, well, that's annoying. Like the idea of upward shafts for the scrap metal crater. Okay. Why don't we just bring the water dump to ground level? Which water dump? The only water dumps I have really are here. And then this guy here for emergency filling of the mangroves. Just so we can plant more around it. Are you talking about this area here? Like, eventually we're going to move a lot of this stuff out. I just needed to have more space to plant the soybeans because we were having a big problem with undersupply of soybeans for our population. Where am I going to put more hydroponic gardens? I mean, I guess I have raw mushroom storage over there. Do I? I don't remember. Oh, there's a tiny bit over there. Well, we have the space here. Why don't we make this into raw mushroom storage? And then I have one for fermented mushrooms, I'm sure. Yes, I do. Okay. Raw algae storage as well, because we're supposed to have that growing, but we didn't. Wait, I don't even have a storage for algae rations. No, I do. Okay. There we go. So I had these 6 of these things right here, and I don't have any. Don't have anything else growing any of this stuff. This is just a really suboptimal layout, if we're being perfectly honest with each other. So this would actually work pretty well if I could get that blown up. I'm not going to worry about putting anything underneath these because I don't want to deal with that. But I can go ahead and put in hydroponic gardens here, here, and here, and then here, here, and here for sure. We know we can do that. I can leave these guys where they are. It's big enough we could move the farmhouse and put it on top with some platforms underneath. Actually, you know what we can do? Is we can rebuild this whole thing. I'm going to take this out. We can make this into a couple of... probably just one, actually. But we can put the farmhouse on top of this and no issues. And then this guy will be able to still reach most of this. And that'll free up, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots. We already have this farmhouse here. So that works out pretty nicely to get that done. Although the backside of this, I don't think we really needed to have that fixed up. Well, we already did it, so there's no point in anything else. Can you put overhang over the contamination barrier? Yes. You can build structures on top of it, for sure. It's just a lot of stuff to do at one time. Now, for right now, I just need this farmhouse to be done, and then I can get rid of this. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And then just plant more soybeans. So that'll be nice. The only reason this is here is because we do have to have the irrigation. You are correct. I made a mistake. I know that never happens. But once this evaporates out, we can blast... Well, I don't have to wait for it to evaporate out. I will, they're not going to be able to reach most of this, actually. Well, eventually it'll be fine. These first three will blast off. Most of the water will go down in the hole, and then we can just get the rest of this done. But those can get gone. Hopefully. No, we don't need to deplant corn and eggplant. We just need to plant more soybeans, which we probably should be growing here anyway. I've got plenty of corn, plenty of eggplants. I just need somebody over here. That's a tapper shack. That's not a farm. There we go. Why am I clicking on that? How did I decide I was going to have this split up? Does it even matter? I don't think it matters. I'll just have this whole thing be soybeans. So I'll go out another 2. And we probably should have another farmhouse for this, but this exact moment, I don't think we're going to really need it, because this is going to grow slow enough. I believe that is within the bounds of the farmhouse. Yes, it was. Alright, cool. That will work there, and that will work there. Give some nice even coverage. And then that's corn, that's eggplant. We will need a soybean storage. I guess I could put it on top of the treated planks here. That would not be a difficult thing to do. Bad tide time. Oh, crap. Bad tide time. We gotta cut these stairs off. Yeah, because they were about to go down in here and build stuff. So I was gonna forget about it. Alright. These are supposed to be growing... Well, we don't have any processing for algae yet. Let's check out the recipes, see if that's... Oh, wow. One of those for 6? Compared to the mushrooms, 4... Okay, 4 to 16 is still really good, but... I think we can afford to have a couple of these. A couple of these doing algae. I'll just have... I think just 3 of them doing algae. And then these on the top we can have for some more mushrooms, because they have to have 4 each to make another thing. That'll work. And we do have storage for that there. Alright, so that's going to be hopefully an improvement for those guys. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Dealing with all this bad water in here. So maybe that's not going to be a thing we do today, depending on how much longer I feel like doing anything. Wait, how did they get these corners in? How did that work? All right, is that all the water out of this? Almost. By the time I get this done, it should be. Yeah, that's all that. So that means this can go away. Look at us go. Now I can plant some more soybeans. And then on top of this, I can put all of the other stuff. What map are you playing on? Beaver Roam. Kind of hard to see unless I zoom out because this is a very large map. But this is the one with all the, 7 craters, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 craters. We have made a lot of progress with this one. You are most welcome, Mark Tim. Would be cool to get more use of the extract like super fertilizer to grow food faster. That would be a really cool thing. I think last stream we talked about different power-ups for the beavers. Like you could like level specific beavers up. It would be neat if you could level up farmers and when you leveled them up that had some sort of ability to do either faster farming or faster harvesting with the use of additional extract would be neat. Howdy, howdy. Trying to make sure I've read everything I need to read here. Put some bad water pumps around the scrap metal crater. We won't need them for very long, but I think we can. Safely put at least a couple of these in here. Is that connected to the doorway? It is. Good. I don't really have a lot of storage for bad water, but we'll make it work. This is normal difficulty. I played RuneScape. I never really played that much, but I have played off and on for the past 20 years. I am not good at the game. I am not high level. I have not completed the majority of the quests, and I have never had a skill above, in normal play, I've never had a skill above, I think, 65. So by most measurements of like people who actually play the game, I have no clue what I'm talking about, but I always had fun. Played it with my friends in middle school. If that gives you any idea. I played League's Trailblazer, the first one. It was a couple years ago. Maybe more than a couple years ago, and I haven't really played much since then. Zoltan, good to see you, and thanks for the 5 gift memberships. Liam Jonas, Milo Clark, Chan Kwan, Fabrizio, that's a name I remember from a long time ago, and Aniket Jana, welcome to the Beard Boosters, welcome back to those of you rejoining, courtesy of our friend Zoltan. Thank you very much. Rather than the level ups being applied to beavers, maybe applied to buildings. That way you really, really don't want to destroy... Ooh, yeah. That would be good. 'Cause one of the things I really like about the new Cities Skylines, which we have not played in a long time, but that has the building upgrades kind of modularly, where it either takes up more space on the map, or within the bounds of the building it adds an additional, like an additional structure, or it makes it taller or something. And you don't keep that when you move the building, I'm pretty sure. That would be an interesting way to do that. Most of all the mods come from Timberborn mod.io. No, update 6, they're all on the Steam Workshop. Which is, well, I only have the name of Beaver mod. I have, I haven't ever built this, but the, it's not even showing up. Oh, it's a decoration, the shanty speaker. That was the first thing they put up when Workshop came out. I've never used it, but there are other things being added to there constantly, but a lot of the mods have a lot of work that has to get done, so they'll work with update 6. And I know at least a couple of modders who are trying to figure out how to solve all the problems that were created by the way they changed stuff. But hopefully soon. Hopefully soon we'll have more. No, not everybody likes it when I talk about trains. We don't need to derail too much. We don't need to derail too much. Yeah, mining and smithing was really fun in RuneScape. I always loved doing that. Is there a way to preview maps before playing them? I mean, yeah, when you open up the menu to start a new game, it'll show you a picture of them. But if you don't want to load a completely new game every single time to look at maps, you can actually go in the map editor and scroll around them that way. That ends up, it works okay. Obviously, you're not going to, the camera doesn't move exactly the same way, and the water is not going to be dynamically interactive, and there's some other stuff that's going to be a little different, but you can get a feel for it. Water pump emptying the mine done yet? The pump is, I believe, yeah, the pump's done, but the rest of this just has to evaporate. So we can go ahead and start cleaning this up and building the staircase to get down to the bottom. So that was one of the fun things I was going to try to figure out was going to be how to have the different storages in here. So we have the large industrial piles, obviously, for the scrap metal and the other stuff that has to go in. And this obviously has to be here and here. But then we're going to have to figure out a way to get the rest of our staircases up here. And I don't know if it's going to play nice with everything we've got going on. Because I would really like to have additional storages here. I'm just trying to figure out... Because obviously, there's only the one thing that needs to be used, stored in a warehouse for the large mines is dynamite, and I do not need to store 1,200 dynamite in here. That is just absolutely not how this is supposed to work. But I do need to have storage for stuff like the treated planks, and actually, I could just go ahead and start building the mine while we're here. It needs gears, treated planks, and dynamite. Oh! Oh. Why did I not think of this earlier to do it this way? I could have just put these down in the bottom like this. I forgot dynamite and the gears had to go in the warehouses. Because I definitely don't want to have a large warehouse for either one of those, but then I'm going to run into issues with my... Now I've confused myself. I do have unconnected buildings. I have 2 right here. Oh, really? Alright, that's stupid. Why did I do that way? I could have just turned this around. The press F to flip has been fantastic. For many reasons. How's this looking? Good. Good. That looks pretty good there. Has this lowered at all? Okay, that actually is working. Just like that. That's good. This is... okay, these are dried out. We need to get this fixed. Come on, autosave. Thank you. So this is going to turn into a farmhouse here. And then a water dump here. But why did just these dry out? That doesn't make any sense. Well, that'll take some time to get taken care of. Alright, now I gotta scroll up and see what you guys have been talking about the past couple of minutes. Floating gardens would be interesting. I floated the idea of doing Tropico in the past, and a lot of people, or it didn't seem like a lot of people were interested, but if you guys want to see that, we could maybe do that. explosives factory could have a recipe for fertilizer? Yes. That would actually be a really good use of that. Bad water to make fertilizer at the explosives factory, because fertilizer is very explosive. Very, 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 very dangerous if it is not held in the correct circumstances. Use the medium warehouse pushed against the wall on top of both large piles facing inward, then use them as cheap scaffolding to make a double staircase out. That's what I'm looking for that. Yeah, the amount... I feel like the amount of stuff I'm putting out right now is more or less the limit of what my sanity can handle, regardless of whatever else I am or am not doing. It becomes quite a lot to keep up with. Like, hour-long videos every single day is probably not sustainable super long-term. But I do enjoy doing this. Think the crops got contaminated? No, they just dried out. Because the water level was super low. But we need now... We need to put in... No, actually, no, we don't. Because the tendrils are not coming through this. This died due to drying out and it can be replanted. Can back off the hours now that food's caught up. Can we, though? I mean, we can. If we feel like it. Yeah, we can go back down to 16. That's alright. Alright, now I gotta figure out how I'm putting this in, because I wanted to have the spiral staircases kind of coming up this way, but if I'm gonna put storages here and here, then that means I can't start... Yeah, I can't do it this way. I cannot do it this way at all. It's going to have to be... Well, that wouldn't work either. I'd have to have... This isn't gonna work. Not gonna work like that. I would have to have... I think I'd have to do it like this. And maybe that's what I was going to end up doing anyway. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it... have to do it like this. Storage is here, then this can get moved back. And then industrial piles... No. Man, what a pain in the butt. Why did I do this? That is... Oh, this sucks. This is terrible. This is not the right way to be doing this. Why is there bad water in the lower lake around the new mine? There shouldn't be. No, this? Oh, this because it was a bad tide. Water sources spit out bad water. Yeah, this is at 22%. I'm gonna turn these off. Yeah, I'm gonna turn those water pumps off. Because all that's doing is pulling good water out. We want the bad water to be the only stuff pulled out. There's no bad water here. There shouldn't be. Yeah, these are set to close above contamination, so they weren't open. And this can't flow back. Or they shouldn't be flowing back. Do I still have a... No, I never did. Because this is 0, as it should be. But this does look like it has some bad water in it. That's, it's concerning. Because the way that this is flowing out, it shouldn't ever have an opportunity because of the way the flow works. It shouldn't ever have an opportunity to go in here. And it's not going to let me, not going to let me do this. Now what am I supposed to do? I guess that must be what's happening, is it's flowing in that way. So I wonder if... we might have to just move this out one more bit here. Yeah, so that way it would have no chance of going back inside. Well, we shouldn't need stream gauges in the craters because it shouldn't be possible for bad water to get in there. That was the whole deal. But there's definitely a little bit of it in there. That is so weird. Because now it's it should eventually be diluting it. Man, I am really mad about this. Like, it should not be this hard to build this. It really should not. Man. Ugh. God, I should not have done it that way. How long are you going for tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. How did this... Oh, okay, it came in from over here. Right now, this is irritating the snot out of me. Like, I didn't want this to be uneven, but I think I'm gonna have to, at the very least, use this for impermeable floor purposes. Just to have this spill out this way. So it can't go underneath. Yeah, I'll put stairs here. How am I supposed to get... Because I have to be able to have the stairs go up. And at the very least, there has to be a piece of path here if we're not going to do this way. Because the whole reason I was not going to do that way... I know they can't build this, but I always feel like I have to pause. Stairs here would mean that I could have access to the large industrial piles like this, but then I couldn't get out of there because the stairs would just go up into the wall here. So that would mean I would need to come in and put another entire wall of these levees here and then remove the inside and go up around that, which, I mean, I can do. We do have a lot of... you know what? We'll just do that. That's the easiest way to do it. Instead of sitting here trying to thought engineer something that I don't have the brain power to do. Just do the easy thing. That's working. This is... Okay, we planted a lot more of these. We're growing a lot more. It's working. We should also have some of this algae coming up soon, but I don't have a processing plant for the algae yet. That can go... Food factory can go here. Or do I want to put it here? I'm gonna put it here. On top of that. And that can be set to algae. And I've got space for 3. Yeah, I just have to decide what else is going to go here, because I could put 1 more, I could put 2 more, and then I could have a path here if I wanted. Or I could have a path here if I wanted. Add levee to direct water from flowing over land where you don't want it. Well, that's what we're doing. This won't be able to get over here. Or I could just close this sluice gate. It should be fine. But it probably would be easiest to just put a levee there and maybe a levee there. Oh, of course they're doing this first. I should have known. This needs to be emptied and removed. Blow up more stuff. We've already done that. And I wanted to get this going, but this is 19% contaminated. Ugh, the problem with this is it's so hard to get beavers down in here to actually do work. We should have been doing that last time, but I got distracted doing other things. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. How am I gonna get in here to do this? Because at this point, it is very unlikely that this is going to become decontaminated enough for it to be safe for beavers to go down in here. So we're probably going to have to build from the top down, but this is so far out into the lake, it's going to be really expensive. Near the mushrooms in the large water tank, there's an area that can be dynamited down since that has a set of stairs going to nowhere. Oh, this? Yeah, I completely forgot about that. This can go down 2. And then this can go down 1. As can this and this. And then we'll have space for more housing and all that stuff. Well, the bad water pumps and then the dumps is what we did over here. That's why these water dumps are here. Which I probably should turn back on. These are set to bad water only. Yep, they are. Because we just have so much bad water we can't really do anything with. And I know that could end up just pumping this stuff and then dumping it straight out. So, to make that viable, I'll just turn these off. And we'll just dump all of that. Because I know this is pumping it out, and this is supposed to be built, but I can't because I don't have gears. Why do I not have gears? I know I have gears being... Oh, I just have one gear thing. Oh, that's right. I was going to expand this, and I didn't. Because we decided we're only doing the treated planks over here once we move everything. What was the ratio for the planks and the gears? It's... 2/3 of an hour for one... I hate when they do math like this. 2/3 of an hour for one plank. 3 hours for one gear from one plank. So I think it's what? 5 to 1? 3, 4.5? Math? Could just be 4. But the gravity batteries, we don't need them, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Pick all this stuff up. Move this, 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 and then we've got all this. Oh, these are just logs. All right, come grab these logs out of the way. Then I'll just put. I can either set these. Oh, that one back. No, that's not worth it. Why is that go behind here? Don't do that. Get away from all of this. That one there, and then that one there. That'll work. That'll help us out. Having 2 more of those. I guess I could turn these back on. Might as well. And then we will have to have the gravity batteries again once we get there, but I did have to move those. I don't need to sacrifice lumber mills. I just need to make room for the gear things. Alright, this is now complete, which means we can finally blast this out. There we go. 378 logs on the ground. And this will work like so. That's for gears, that's for dynamite, that is going to be for scrap metal, and that's going to be for treated planks. Nice and easy, because now what we can do is we can have this go up, and we actually have the space to put in everything else. This will be for more stairs. More stairs. We're going to skip a level of buildability here, which is unfortunate, but going to end up being a good thing in the end. I think. Actually, no, it's not. I miscalculated. This corner piece needs to not go in. The center doorway is a pain in the butt. This... Oh, this actually would have been perfect place for a double high big warehouse, but I don't need one of those over here. So what needs to happen here is that this has to be... This just has to keep going up, honestly, because I wanted it to connect here. So if that was the case, that would go in the corner, that would go in the corner. We can't have stairs in the corner. And then this can either keep going up. Another thing right here. And then we're within two... Aha! There it is, folks. There it is. That works. And then we can fill in other storage later if we need to. Without any sort of nonsense. Just get that hooked up correctly there. And bingo. And that can go away too. We don't need that there. Why does it put this stuff where it can't reach it? Could have carved it as steps. I could have, but that would have taken 5 years off my life. The water pumps do take only the good water out, which is why I paused those, and now I have these two. That's down to 16. Could stagger the large warehouses. I could, but I don't need that much storage over here. I really only need enough to operate the mine, which this currently does. And if I need to have additional large industrial piles, I can put one of them here. But I think, honestly, this is fine the way it is. This is definitely not perfect, but it is working. Oh, how about okay, we don't have algae yet. We should have algae. What's our 90%? Okay, I forgot that takes so much longer. It takes 288 hours versus 192. Still waiting on explosives. I guess I can unpause this other one. Everything else is looking okie dokie. We still don't have enough soybeans. Well, I guess we kind of do. Maybe these are just taking a long time to grow. 33%, 40%. Why is this not planted yet? That shouldn't be an issue. Huh. Well, that's enough of me thinking about that. I don't have enough bad water. Oh, because I have these things turned off. That's definitely got something to do with it. I'll just turn most of those back off. Water wheels in the outfall of the contaminated crater. If we had the ability to get the power back there easily, we would do that. Right now, I don't think we need to worry about it. There is still water in here, by the way. It is not quite evaporated. Why are they not... Oh, they can't reach that. All right. Now they can reach it. Alright, what else? What else do we want to do here? I got these up and running. We need to build more gravity batteries. We know about that. So, I think... How many of these can I fit here? We just had this entire thing be gravity batteries all the way around. Would that work? I have enough metal blocks. I've got planks. I've got logs. I think we can just... We can just do one of these numbers here. Just this entire thing all the way around the outside taken care of. And then there she goes. Completely capped off. But what I will do here, instead of that going that way, I will turn these into 5 buys all the way around the corner here. And that'll allow us to have these just go all the way across. And hopefully, you can make good use of the space. You know what? Do I want to... That one's already almost done, so I'm going to pause it. And I'll get rid of this one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Sheesh. There, they haven't started on that one. If we were to do... Well, this would take a lot of resources, but if we wanted to have this overhang all the way around, I don't know that we would ever need this much space up here. But, would we want to do that and then fill in this with a 3x in the thing? I don't know. Do you think we need these extensions on the outside or no? Thanks for being here, Kurt. We'll see you next time. More water wheels. Well, I can't really, flow-wise, I can't really get too many more in there. I was going to put more in here, and then I kind of forgot to do that, so that's a whole thing. But I've got the mechanism to do this. Let me just take this away. Yeah, get these paths out of here. Because we don't need the platforms to extend out to the side here unless we really think we need them. I don't think we do. Do you want to have overhangs go out like this? On this side, just like this one? Or is that just way too much? Better to have more space than you ever use than to have to rebuild for more space later. That is true. That is very true. Okay, we'll do some 5x here. And I guess these would have to be 4x. But I don't need to have this here for sure. That can all go away. And then, there we go. Nice and easy. And then these can have the water wheels. Once the, I guess, not the floors, the paths are gone. Very, very careful to get rid of only the paths. Okay. So that, if I want to, I can bring that as far forward as here, but these are currently operating, making rations. They probably need to go away, so we can just keep building this. See, I don't think I can get any more power out of these areas here. I'm gonna, especially because we have the power generation down there, I'm just gonna do this. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's gonna be so much nicer. We can expand it here. Need storage with extra doors so they can pass through storage in front to access back ones. That would be interesting. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of relocation of a bunch of different stuff. For sure. These guys just have to build it. Look at all these beavers coming over here. So for me to put something here, I'm gonna have to oh, I also have to figure out how I'm going to rectify this. What did I say I was going to do? 5x overhangs here. So if I did that one there, I would have to... maybe I'll just do one side at a time. I don't think it needs to be that big of a deal. This will go here. I really should take full advantage of this as best as I can, which would mean these are going to go away. Well, now I feel like I don't have any clue what I'm doing. That's going to go here, which means this has to go here. Well, I know at the very least I can build that. That's not going to be a problem. And then either this has to have power shafts or it has to have buildings, but I'm not inclined to worry about the buildings unless it's going to be rebuilding these food factories. That would be an easy thing to do. Just get rid of one of these builder's huts. And then I can pop this in there. We're thinking long term over here, folks. Long term stuff. So that'll end up going there, and then that'll get passed through here. So, at the very least, these can work without being super in the way. Oh, the water wheels are directly attached to the food processors. But that doesn't change the fact that I've got to put in gravity batteries. That's going to be around the outside. I think if I did my math correctly here. Yes. That will work. I just have to have some power shaft going into it. This is all long-term stuff too, folks. Long-term stuff. Because these are going to take a substantial amount of resources to construct. So that's not going to go any further that way. I think this is okay. Yeah, actually, that's perfect. That'll be just fine. Now, am I going to do a stupid here? Yes, I am. That is A-okay. So then this will fit perfectly with me stacking these food factories. And then we can have this path go around the outside here. And then I can put this thing out of its misery, this stupid whatever this is. I probably shouldn't have deleted that. This probably should have just been a path directly up. I don't know, this isn't really a great thing that I've done here. But I guess it's fine. This'll work. Eventually. Can do 5 by or 6 overhangs over the mine and get you perfectly aligned with the staircase. You know, I could. I don't think we need to worry about it, honestly. We're just getting stuff done. Best we can. So I know if we have a drought coming up, we're going to be in bad shape if we don't have gravity batteries. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those, that doesn't really... Well, 10 of those is better than, you know, it's better than nothing. So I think we can live with that. There is no Pamela. Pamela is a myth. Unless you or someone else would like to volunteer as tribute to be renamed. This will just go ahead and go all the way around like so. That's coming over the path. And then I will just have this do probably one of these. I know this is super complicated. Why do you keep pausing the game? I don't know. As soon as I figure it out, I will let you know. But that will end up going probably here and here. It works. It's not beautiful, but it does work. I built these in the wrong order because now this is going to want to get done first. Did they already put something in here? No. So I will build this one and then this contraption first. And then until we have stuff actually to replace this, then I will just have this popped in. Like so. Hopefully nobody gets stuck. And that, if we can get all of these gravity batteries built, that'll help. And we can also build them in a sequence as a drought is going on. Why not put the gravity batteries on a platform path underneath them? You know what? You know what? Oh, well, part of the reason that I did that way was also because I didn't think I would need 4 wide space going around the outside here. Well, I don't really know if I needed to do this way, but... What? Get out of here with this. No, we'll just build all these up from underneath, and then that can just go there and we'll deal with it. Now the question of the hour is, can I get only these paths without completely destroying? Yes, there we go. Cool. That'll work. We'll just we'll let the professionals handle this one here. Water is good. I don't think I've had Tim Tams. So how quickly are they going to get to that? Because I think... Oh, yeah, they're building this first. This water wheel. Yeah, that's going to be finished first. And then I believe... Yeah, this will be done. Planks-wise, we're going to need more, which is why I did not pause these. Alright, what do I have in excess of? Yes. Corn and eggplant. But, actually, no, I'll do eggplant. You're going to put more gravity batteries in. You can put more platforms over the path in front of the lumber mills and gear workshops and then add more gravity batteries. Yes! That was actually something I was thinking about doing. I just didn't know if we were going to expand like we did with these. I didn't know if we were going to do that same thing over here. But that would actually be a perfect fit just to go all the way along here. It would take a long time to get it done, though. For sure. Why did they not finish this? Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, it is a drought. Good. We do want this. We don't need to worry about the water wheels getting built then if it's going to be a drought. So instead we can focus on building all this mess. So at the very least, I need to have enough to make one of these gravity batteries. And then all of these power shafts. How's our 12%? Okay. Well, the good news about this being a drought is that the contamination will not get any worse. And we'll just keep pumping out the bad water slowly from over here. They still have not done... How is this too far from a district? They've got everything hooked up. Or is that because... Oh! They can't walk in front of the sluice gates. Ah, what a pain. Alright. I'll just have to bring... Wow, that lagged like a you-know-what. We'll just walk on top of this. I think a fun mod for a harder game without actual hard mode would be no cycle change alerts. Well, that's just normal. That's just what it was before update 6. Or was it update 5? It was update 5 that added those. Just have to notice water is stopped or turned into bad water. I would be a fan of a little bit more randomization in the duration of cycles. Because as it stands now, our good tides, regular temperate seasons or whatever, are pretty much always about 2 weeks or 13, 14, 15 days, whatever. I know hard mode does this, but I feel like the base game could use it, or normal difficulty, whatever. 'Cause sometimes on hard mode, you can only have a temperate season that's 3 days. That's really hard. So hopefully they can work with that. There's still a little bit of bad water in here. And I don't know if it's ever going to fully go away. But let's go ahead and turn these bad water pumps on, because that will help. So we do have this guy at 30,000 HPH. We can detonate out if we want to. Are you serious? How in the... Get out of here. Alright, this one is going to be next. Oh, gears are starting to become a problem. So that was 3 hours from one plank. We can put a couple more gear workshops in. We're going to need a lot more of them too. So instead of rebuilding that, let's do... Don't put the scrap behind the pile. Thank you. We'll put these in, because we know we can make use of them. Camping videos where they don't talk before bed. There's a couple people that do really good, just no talking camping or adventure videos. Good stuff. Although I really like Steve Wallace. He talks a lot in his videos, but I don't know. It's just relaxing. It's nice to follow him and all of his adventures and stuff. He actually went to, well, one of his either his most recent video or one of his most recent videos. He went to do yurt camping in North Georgia, and I've not stayed in those yurts, but I've been to the park that he's at. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but I know I've been there. I want to say Amicalola Falls. Let's see if that's right. But there's a couple of parks, state parks in the north of the state that have those yurts you can rent, and it's pretty interesting. I know Unicoi up near Helen, if any of you know where that is. It's like a... imagine like the tourist trap energy of Gatlinburg combined with a little bit more, I guess, fake authenticity of like German Alpine village architecture. Or I guess I don't know, Germany might not have that much proximity to the Alps. You get the idea. When you live in the U.S. and you don't ever leave, you don't have a full grasp of how the rest of the world really is. But it's billed as like some sort of German town in the back. It's a tourist trap that has a couple shops that sell themed things, and there's a couple pretty good restaurants. But up there is a park that has these little cabins, and they also have yurts and stuff. But that was a cool video. Because, you know, he's Canadian, so he's not used to the humidity down here. It's like, oh, it's super hot, super terrible. Then he said it was like 85 degrees, and I just laughed. It's like, it's been in the high 90s here for weeks, dude. It is always like this in the summer. Oh God, not Helen. So you've been there, so you know. Yeah, no, Steve's is not a sleep channel, 100%. Yeah, I went there I think last summer. My friend was like, "Hey, let's go check out Helen." I'm like, you know, it's just like a bunch of tourist trap stuff. Like, oh, it's gonna be fun. And we went there, and it's like, you know, they have those shops that have just like the most obscene T-shirts and different things possible that are like designed specifically to make people mad. They got those, but they also had a couple pretty good restaurants. Had I believe it was like a Czech-German combination restaurant, I think is what it was, and we went there. It was good. And then, of course, you get to walk down the street in town. You see the drunk people in the inner tubes in the river falling out and laughing and all that. I was like, okay, they're having a fun time. You used to live in Clarksville. Okay, so you're familiar. Yeah, Dealanach's got some interesting stuff to see, too. Recommend putting in the platforms now so the gravity batteries can be completed later in front of lumber mills. Okay. I mean, either we're going to put platforms in or I'm going to put in another layer of overhangs like we did on this side. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. But, well, it's not that hard to remove them, so we might as well just go ahead and pop these in. I'll take it out to about here. Yeah, we'll just leave the rest of that open. Well, the good news is we have all these gravity batteries working in tandem. I don't know why they built that one first instead of these, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, I went to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. I think Sevierville is also in there, but that's not nearly as touristy. I've been there a bunch of times. Skied the slopes at Ober-Gatlinburg. Not very good at it. Went to all the tourist traps, went to Dollywood, went to the, whatever the Dixie Stampede got renamed to. All the Ripley's museums. It is like the quintessential tourist trap area. But it's fun. You know, you go with a group of people and you just go see stuff and then you leave. There's a bunch of cabins you can, like actual log cabins, that you can rent for a weekend up there, and we've done that before. Watch the water storage amount. That's right, because we stopped pumping out of these. So it's possible that we, yeah, we're starting to run out of water. But I've been trying to keep these a little bit cleaner. What does this say? It's down to 10%. That's good. I'm not going to turn these back on, but I will go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to put a couple more of these regular pumps in here. Is that 2 down? Yes. Yeah, I think we can pretty safely just put in a massive quantity of these pumps over here. And just take back our space. Yeah, look at this mess. This is going to be like the world's worst path to get to all these, Oh, I didn't even need to do this way. Yeah, we'll just quietly get rid of all that. I wonder why they haven't finished this yet. I know they still need gears, but they should be able to make those pretty quick, no? See you, Sid. Thanks for being here. Put in more water pumps near mine number 2 so you can clean out the other crater. We're not cleaning this one out. We don't need to. This is just, well, we are going to pump clean water out of it, but it has to be clean first. Or as we pump more good water out of it, the concentration of bad water is going to increase. Is there still water in here? Okay, no. We're good. Treated planks have become an issue because these have remained, or this one has remained paused this entire time. Planks are low because we have built a lot of stuff. The rest of this we're going to be waiting a little bit on the planks. We need over here to have better access to planks. Metal block storage. This does not need to be metal block storage, but I guess it is for right now. One of these can be for scrap. But we don't have any of that either. I think we've actually gotten all of it. Yeah. We've gotten all of that. This is operating, except it doesn't have tree. Yeah. Alright, so that's why we're out of metal, is because I this whole time have been just not making treated planks. So that needs to sheesh, what a mess. We need to build treated planks over here. We don't need our regular planks. So what we'll do, this makes how much? 300? These require, oh yikes, they require 250 apiece. Well, I have a solution for that, and it's called more of this. Oh, that's not going to work. No, that will work, doing this. Then all I've got to do is just do one of these numbers. Yeah, there's some weird people in there for sure. Put more treated plant processing near the GUR workshops on the safety 7. Well, the thing is, we only need the treated planks for the mine, and then I guess this mine too. But that was never going to be a priority over here. I think we can make it work in this area. Except we need planks to make them. Okay, so this has... Oh, okay, I remember what happened here. Okay, this is going to get replaced with an engine. That's just the easiest thing to do. Replace that with an engine. That's, I don't think, going to let me do this, but... Are you serious? There's no way that should work. There's no way that should work. Alright, cool. It's going to let me do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, get this hooked up. I've got log storage somewhere. Yeah, log storage is up here. This can just be for planks. That works. Hey, battery smooth. Isn't it like 2:30 in the morning? 1:30 in the morning? It's okay to sleep. Good to see you, though. That needs to be attached. Don't know how much longer we're going to be going tonight, but we're trying to get some stuff done. Yeah, I think the time of my life where I am going to be enthusiastic about camping in the summer has long passed. Spring, fall, winter, any day of the week I'll go. But it's too hot here. To sleep in a tent outside with mosquitoes and all that garbage, and it's 90 degrees, 90% humidity. No, I'm going inside. We got air conditioning. I'm going inside. Yeah, they're still waiting on treated planks to build this, so I'm going to... Should I pause this so we stop using the treated planks to build this other one? So we can actually have scrap metal? Or should I leave this going? They're gonna make me camp outside. They need to give me a lobotomy. Camping's not for everybody. Definitely not. No, I've got some family that really like to go camping in, they got a... Or I guess they got rid of it. They had a fifth wheel trailer with a whole bunch of stuff. It just had like 3 TVs and multiple air conditioning units. Like, all right, cool. I mean, it's not really camping, I don't think. You're going somewhere and you're towing a house behind you, but you're not really experiencing nature. You're just somewhere else with a house. I am within a certain vicinity of Atlanta, I guess I should say. I've been all over the state. I guess we should probably clarify, like, when I'm saying, quote-unquote, that's not camping, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to call that camping. Like, if somebody says, hey, I got a travel trailer, I got a fifth wheel, whatever, we're gonna go drive out to, like, the lake or something and then spend a weekend. Like, yeah, sure, I'll go. That'll be fun. But I'm not going to call it camping. You're going somewhere and you got a nice place to stay in. Oh, man, West Texas is brutal in the summer. I know I told the story twice now about how hot it was when we were driving through all the passes by where Arizona and California meet. Just nuts. Yeah, if you got a good setup with everything you need, then that's probably actually quite nice. I know people who live in the dry heat are not gonna want to say that the dry heat's any better than the wet heat, but as someone who lives in the wet heat, I will take the dry heat any day over the wet heat. You just have to drink more water because you're not swimming in it when you're walking around. Yeah, that's what I grew up doing for camping. Sleeping in a tent on the ground, build a fire, light it. Well, we always brought matches or whatever, but we'd cook food on the fire and we'd go find stuff in the woods and go find like lakes and different rocks and animals in the woods and all that. Fun times. Yeah, the water thing should be massively improved now that we have all those new pumps over there. Does the engine take metal? The engine requires metal to be built, yes. Yeah, Southeast Asia humidity, I've heard, is gnarly. Like, about the same as, like, our worst humidity here. Here being the Southeast U.S. But there's been some days, we have some days, like, in late summer where it'll be high 90s and then 85 or 90% humidity. Talking in degrees Fahrenheit. And I know a lot of areas over on that side of the planet are just as bad, if not worse. Athens is not Metro Atlanta. That I will definitively say. Athens is definitely not Metro Atlanta. Athens is its own thing. Athens is like closer to Columbia, South Carolina, I'm pretty sure. Now, granted, there's not a lot between those two, and there's not a lot between Athens and Atlanta. You've got a bunch of rural areas. No, but anyone who lives in Athens and is saying that they live in Metro Atlanta is lying to you. I'm pretty sure it's its own statistical area. Let's actually look that up. Oh, of course, when I search Athens, it's going to be Athens, Greece. That actually makes sense. All right. Give me what counts as its metro area. No, I don't want the AI summary. Get out of here. I never want to see the AI summary. Worthless. No, I don't want the tourism website. Thank you, Wikipedia. Who searches for Athens and wants the one in Georgia? People who live in Georgia. Yeah, it's 70 miles northeast of downtown. It's not Metro Atlanta. Okay, it's not closer to Columbia, but it's sufficiently far away. Named for Athens, Greece. You don't say. I never would have guessed. All right, this is not helpful. All right. That was enough of a diversion. We can get back and try to get something else accomplished here. Are we seriously still waiting on gears? How many gears have we been using for? We've already finished this. Oh, it's the gravity battery. All right, well, that can be a lower priority because I need them to finish this other stuff. We're back in our normal cycle here. This is actually still draining. Have we added that much power demand? Wow, I'm actually surprised. I did not think that we were going to be that hard up for power. We need these wheels ASAP. Let's build this. AI hater? Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, the humidity is really what truly makes it miserable. Because if it's humid enough, then you can't sweat. Because there's nowhere for your sweat to go. Like, the sweat does not help cooling at all. All right, here we go again, looking something else up. There's a concept called wet bulb temperature, which is something to do with, like, the concentration of water in the air. There we go. Let's see what this says. Wet bulb temperature is the temperature read by a thermometer covered in cloth which has been soaked in water at ambient temperature and over which air is passed. Well, that's a sentence. At 100% relative humidity, the wet bulb temperature is equal to the air temperature. At lower humidity, the wet bulb temperature is lower than the dry bulb temperature because of evaporative cooling. Even heat-adapted people cannot carry out normal outdoor activities past a wet bulb temperature of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, equivalent to a heat index of 131 degrees. A reading of 95 Fahrenheit, equivalent to a heat index of 160 degrees, is considered the theoretical human survivability limit for up to 6 hours of exposure. That's terrifying. Why are there so many Columbus, Columbia? There are other people to name stuff after. I don't know. People aren't very creative when it comes to naming things. Pretty much any state in the southeastern United States is going to have one of those cities. They're going to have... I don't know, there's a Sparta in Tennessee. What about Tennessee reminds you of ancient Greece? I don't know. But there's just so many repetitive... Like, there's a Rome in Georgia. I don't know what made them think of the ancient Romans when they named that place, but that's what they named it. There's a... Not Cairo, like Egypt, but they pronounce it Cairo. But there's one of those spelled the same in Georgia. There's a bunch of those kind of things. And then in Memphis, they have a giant pyramid that has a Bass Pro Shops inside of it. I don't know. People are just weird, man. It's kind of fun. Paris, Texas. Yep, that's another one. There's a certain county in Alabama not safe for work names. There's a lot of that stuff. You would be surprised. Like, there's a Butts County in Georgia. Unpause the other water wheel. Yep, just did that. Paris, Tennessee, and they have an Eiffel Tower, but it doesn't look like Paris. Well, I would hope it doesn't look like Paris, because, I don't know, I've been a lot of places in Tennessee, and none of them look like Europe. Not even Gatlinburg with its fakery. It is still kind of fun to go there, though. Oh, here's another one. You guys in the Southwest, if you've ever been to Lake Havasu City in Arizona, apparently I learned, like, last week when we were driving through there, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, some billionaire bought the London Bridge and had it shipped piece by piece and reassembled in the middle of the desert and had a lake built, which is completely insane to me. But apparently it's a thing, and they call it London Bridge. Well, it is actually literally the London Bridge, one of the London bridges, but he just named the area after it. Pyramid in Memphis was originally built because Memphis is named after the city in Egypt. Correct. And if I remember correctly, I think they wanted it to be originally a sports and entertainment venue, and they wanted to get an NBA team. But by the time they got the NBA team, which was when they took the Grizzlies from Vancouver, they didn't want to play there. They wanted to build a new thing, so they did. And then it was abandoned. And now it's a Bass Pro Shops, which is wild. Yeah, my parents said that they had, or my dad at least said he had memories of Lake Havasu. I never went. We passed the exit on the freeway, and it said London Bridge, and I made some sort of joke about, well, what is that doing here? And then my mom goes, no, that's a real thing. And she pulls up her phone and shows me this. I'm like, what is this? I bet it is a nice Bass Pro Shops. Like, it's one of the biggest ones, I think. And they got a museum about... is it either, like, ducks or something? There's, like, Ducks Unlimited or something is in there, too. There's an observation deck you can go up. I jokingly threatened to make my my dad have us stop there so we could go look at the observation deck, and then I found out you had to pay. Like, all right, forget it. I don't want to go that bad. Educational stream. Well, that's the goal. You want to learn something every time, right? That's fun. Near the centrifuges, there's a platform that has a path on top of it. It would be best to have an overhang toward the water wheels, and the stairs would be replaced with platforms. Yes, eventually. We'll get to that. But for right now... This is still draining? Wow, okay. We're going to do the 5x1 overhangs here. I'm just trying to get... I'm trying to get this stuff working. Okay, this is going to be set to... Oh, that was already eggplant. Corn. Is this one set to algae? It is. And we have algae. We were making algae rations. See, our food's back. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, we're going to keep on... we're going to keep on doing a whole bunch of this stuff. I have to be able to get down and around... So that's going to require... Why does that keep... It's like every so often you notice the water transparency goes away. That's kind of weird. So despite there being comparatively little water going through these... Wow, there's like hardly any. It's still making 300 apiece. That's not bad. So now these are all... good to go. Yeah, this should no longer be able to backflow, I think. And this, okay, well, they're not in here, but we'll check and see, because if this is still pulling bad water out, then we'll know it's working. What's this say? 8%. Still not quite safe enough for us to go in, but I suppose we can start the process of boxing these things in. It's just going to be a very, very long process for us to do this. No, get out of there. Yeah, I think this is going to end up having to be a thing we do in not this stream, because it's going to take way too long. But I would like to try and send the beavers in here to get something accomplished. There's just so much that needs to get done. They should be able to reach all this from there. I think that'll work. Alright, so that's going. Finally making more than we're using. That's going to help that quite a bit. But the issue of not having enough gears, well, that doesn't impact this, but it does. Why did you build this one first? Ugh. Alright, well, they'll get that done at least. Then the engine will consume gears later. But at least once this is finished, we'll be able to actually make our treated planks again. Recommendation is to use the span of platforms so they don't have to enter the water. Yes, but that's also going to take a lot of resources we don't currently have. We're out of metal, so I can't build any of those. Or the overhangs, at least. If I can get this concentration low enough to at least get something started here, then I'm going to feel like that was a success. What did you figure out for the mine? I expanded the dam out one block. And then I had, at the bottom, little storages for the explosives and the gears. And then on top, scrap metal and treated planks. And then the stairs just go up like this. %. Oh, I was going to check and see if this is still pumping. Alright, so where's the beaver that's doing this? I guess we'll find out. There, I see the blue. Okay, so it's still pumping bad water out, which means there's still bad water in here. But it is very slow, so I think it's I mean, I could just put a stupid stream gauge. Probably should, in fact. I'll just put it right here, because I know they can access that. That'll be a pretty good representation. Missing one path leading down to the mine. Am I? Oh, I am. Right here. Cool. That's one thing I really like about doing this as a live stream is you guys can tell me in real time if something is dumb. Versus a video where I have to wait a day or two. Cool, this is down to 1%. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I gotta admit, that's a pretty good pun. I think, yeah, they can come collect this stuff. That'll help them. A little bit of metal in there. I have one hair on my beard that is, or was at one point, it was like a bright red. Everything else is black. Well, now there's white in there. Every so often I'll see a white hair come out. Sometimes I leave it, sometimes I don't. But for a while there was one that was bright red, and I think it's since turned white. I should add more water pumps. I added 5. Is that not enough? I mean, I can just, you know, keep adding more of them, but I didn't think we'd need to. No, I'm not going to be able to fit another one there. Swimming pool here might have to move somewhere. Oh, I forgot about this. Let's blow that up. I completely forgot that was a thing. Yeah. Explode. So that means, actually, this can go away. Then I can put more housing behind this. We're going to do that, and then that's just regular water. That's fine. Mangroves. Hey, we got almost 200 mangrove fruits. That's good. I am 32. Sorry, I did not see that message. I feel a whole lot older than that, though. I probably have the knees of like an 80-year-old man at this point. A decade of marching band just destroyed my knees. When I'm walking upstairs, you can hear them snap, crackle, and pop like a bowl of Rice Krispies. We have 1,000 water. We're fine. What's this set to now? 6%. When it gets under 5, then I'm going to send some beavers down here. One instrument I play to. Everybody plays instruments in here. I played euphonium in high school and a couple years of college, and then I switched to French horn. And also in, well, not in marching band. In marching band I did baritone, marching baritone, and then mellophone, and then basketball band. There was one year where I said, yeah, I know how to play everything, and then I'd signed up to play different instruments, and it didn't really go that well, but I did do it. I taught myself poorly how to play trombone in about 3 days. Played tuba a little bit, and then I don't know if I ever played trumpet in a game, but I did. I went and bought one on eBay for $20 in I think 2012. Percussion's important. That's another thing. If we want to sit here and have a discussion about high school band, the way that high school band directors treat percussionists bothers me. Just because so much concert band literature is excruciatingly boring. For percussionists, they just sit there and count rests the whole time. That's not engaging. So no wonder the kids only want to do drumline, and they don't care about concert band stuff, because they're going to sit there and they're kind of count 90 measures of rest, and then they're going to go ding on the triangle once. And then that's all they do for the whole piece. It's like, what educational value does that have? Play the trombone game. I have it. I am terrible at it. It is not a good representation of what it's like to play trombone. But that would be something that we would do on Twitch. And I have actually done on Twitch before. I think. A long time ago. I would probably do better just sight reading the music in the game on an actual trombone than I would playing the game. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to read that just so everyone can appreciate the pun. Drexo says, not all construction work is equally enjoyable. For example, enlarging a drilled hole is boring, but fastening pieces of metal together is riveting. That's good. That's good. Have you prioritized all the water pumps? I don't think so. Let's do that. Deep water pumps. And there we go. Now they're all prioritized. But yeah, I'm not a band director. I did not go to school to be a band director. I thought about it. But I feel like a high school band program, to be truly successful, has to have all the students feel like their contributions are valued and that they're having a good time doing it. My idea of fun is not counting 90 measures of rest and then dinging the triangle once in a concert, and that's all you ever do. So I know I have some friends who have high school band programs, they're band directors, and they will have a separate class for percussionists so that they don't ever play with everybody else until there's dress rehearsal. So they just spend their time in percussion class learning their parts as a percussion section, and then they do other stuff like percussion ensemble, or they do different kinds of instruments and like learn all sorts of stuff, so they're actually engaged in an educational process and learning a variety of skills, a variety of percussion instruments and different styles of stuff, and not just sitting there waiting for the clarinets to stop messing up measure 63 for an hour, because nobody likes that. In a professional environment in which you are being paid to be there to perform and rehearse, then yeah, there's going to be a little bit of that. But if you're in high school band, you're there probably because you either want to have a good time playing music with your friends or you want to go to college for it. You're not being served fairly by being made to just sit there and count rests. That's a waste of time. At my kid's high school, the drumline has indoor percussion practice during concert band class. Precisely what I'm talking about. Absolutely. That band director needs a raise. Tuba always got stuck next to the timpani. We had a guy who would smash the drum whenever he played, and it would kill my hearing. Yep. That is, hearing loss in the music world is not something a lot of people talk about. It is now. It's starting to change, but there is a lot of people with severe and permanent hearing damage. And not just from, like, going to rock and roll concerts or whatever. Like, it is legitimately dangerous. Even just to play, like, a brass instrument in marching band. Like, you're going to have hearing loss. No matter what. You have to wear earplugs if you're going to be doing any amount of playing at duration, like for band camp or practice or a game or whatever. But the problem when you're playing a brass instrument, here we go, derailing stream again, is because of the way you produce the sound, if you have regular earplugs in, you're not going to be able to play correctly because you don't hear the resonance of the instrument. You only hear the vibrating sound that your lips are making because it's resonating inside of your head, and you're not going to be able to hear the pitch as well. So they make earplugs that are like a hybrid kind of like open closed cell kind of deal where you can still hear some of what's outside, but it attenuates the sound pressure to the point where it's not as damaging to your eardrums. They're very expensive, but a lot of the higher end drum and bugle corps groups and some college bands have started adopting those as mandatory equipment, and from what I've heard, it's been good. Band was for weenies. Good analysis. Thank you very much for that. Never seen me fly. Yeah, I can't fly. I tried real hard and it just didn't work. Go to college on a triangle scholarship? No, but I knew multiple people who went to school on a percussion scholarship. Full ride. And now some of them are band directors, and at least one of them performs professionally in a symphony. Alright, it's day 11. Are we under 5% on this yet? We are at 5%. Ghost Phoenix, thanks very much for joining the Beard Boosters. Appreciate your support. You'll get access to tomorrow's video as soon as we're done with stream here in a little bit. We were nicknamed the Sledgehammer Band because my band director the last few years of high school is hard of hearing, so everything we played was fortissimo with 8 S's. So, did you ever play... Oh, which Mahler Symphony is that? With the hammer. Is that the Resurrection Symphony? I don't remember what number that is, but when I was in college, not the band I was in, but the one above me did that. They had like a box, like a big hollow box that they made to resonate, and then they just smacked the you-know-what out of it with a giant hammer. It's awesome. Super, super fun. Is this at 4 yet? No, it's still at 5. All right, I'm going to make the executive decision. Oh, we have homeless beavers. We're going to need to... we need to decide how we're going to have this laid out. I think we're going to want to... nope, not that. Move this out 1 so we can line everything up a little... Wow, that was laggy. Line everything up a little bit better and then just put a bunch of these barracks in. So that is what we'll do over here, just as soon as the space is available. All right, so that's going to go away. That's going to go away. That's going to go away. And now we have 45 homeless beavers, but not for long. Here, here, and here will work. Along with... Yeah, that's not going to work if I don't take that out. That'll go there, and then I will put that here. This can get laid out like that. Now we got another little housing complex. We can figure out that should be in the range of both of these, and it is. Good. That works out nicely. Taller barracks are way more space efficient. Yeah, but these look better. I think, at least. I did play 1812. Yes, the ensemble I was in, when we performed it, did not have 4 French horn players, so I played the horn 4 part on euphonium. I had them transpose it for me. That was fun. It's one of my favorite pieces I've ever played. And the French horns had a much better part than the euphoniums did because it was of course, it was a transcription. The piece is originally for symphony orchestra, an instrument. The euphonium is not in that, which is just a bunch of reasons you guys probably don't care about. But long story short, it was adopted too late to be part of the official symphony orchestra styling and instrumentation. So it got relegated to only military band and then later concert band. But I guess the transcription, I think, had the euphoniums playing mostly the cello parts and doubling some of what the trombones were doing. Going to sleep, take care. Have a good night, Battery Smooth. Always good to see you. If YouTube allowed you to buy sounds like Twitch, I'd want to add the tiny beaver wows. Yes, and Twitch will have those whenever we get going on that. Were you accompanied by the cannons? No, we just had a very tall guy hit the bass drum really hard. Played 1812 outdoors with live cannons. I am so jealous. You have no idea. That sounds awesome. Yeah, we've also, we did marching band. We played, I think it was for Veterans Day or something. We played the Stars and Stripes Forever. And we had, at the time, I think 18 piccolo players. That was fun. If you want the in-game sound files, let me know. I absolutely would. If you have a Google Drive or something you can link me, that would be fantastic. Don't go out of your way. I don't want to cause you any trouble or anything, but I absolutely would like those. 100%. Cannons aren't real. All right, I will take your expert opinion as an explosive ordnance person that cannons are not real. Not in the school budget. Cannon funding is always the first to be cut. Yeah, man, this public school spending just isn't what it used to be. Now, when I was in middle school band, we did a piece. I think it was James Curnow composed. It was about pirates, and they had a cannon fire in the score. So my band director, this was a long time ago before people were doing this. He went out, he got a guitar amplifier, and I don't think it was a tape record, but it was like a CD player or something. And he found like a sound effect of a cannon, and he hooked it up to that guitar amplifier, and he would just have one of the percussionists hit play on it every time the score called for a cannon thing, instead of, just hitting a bass drum. It was cool. It was fun. ROTC should be able to swing a cannon or 10. Okay, ROTC in college? Sure. JROTC in high school? Absolutely not. Do not give those kids cannons. A lot of the people I knew who did JROTC should never have been allowed near any sort of ordnance or anything whatsoever. No, but our I can't even speak. ROTC people, our ROTC people in college, they didn't use cannons at the football games or anything. But they were actual Army Reserves or something, I think. I was in JROTC. I agree. Good. Oh, man. Somebody once described JROTC to me as a bunch of kids who really wanted to wear fatigues to math class. And I'm like, all right, well, that's probably not a fair assessment to make. But it was pretty funny. No, I had some guys I knew in college had done it in we didn't have that at my high school, but they'd done it, and one of them was, I think he won like some state award for, well, it's not drill team, is something else, but they have, well, you would know because you did it, but they have their different, the meets and everything, and they'd gotten awards for their routines that they were doing. Pretty cool stuff. What else can I pop in here? Oh, I forgot we have frog statues we haven't been putting in. Oh, we got to fix that immediately. Where can I put a frog statue? Where do you guys want to see a frog statue? Oh, I need to get these pieces of path out of here. Yes, Devilish is still here. We need to get more. We need to get more of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those 2 trees, and we'll put in another. In the pit where it can never reach us. Well, what are you afraid of the frog statues for? Oh man, a bad tide. This is still at 5%. Sheesh. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just send the beavers down here, and if they get infected, they get infected. We have a pod for them. But I would like for them to be able to at least build some of this stuff. A major pain was required viewing in most of my commands. That's a funny movie. Military tattoo kind of thing. I mean, I never went to any, but I do know they had things like that. Like the track team goes to a track meet. JROTC went to their contest things. Over the breeding pods, so they're less. But they have to be able to. They have to be able to get in to visit it. So it would have to have a platform attached to it. Don't remember researching treatment pods? Well, we have one right here. It's just paused because we didn't have any infected beavers. Alright. I imagine they're probably going to get sick a little bit, but I did want to get at least something done here so I don't feel stupid. Put 5 frog statues at the top of the little hill. This? Underwater? That's going to be flooded. They can't go those. Are you talking about up here? Or are you talking about up here? Are you talking about up here? Okay. Alright, I guess I should have specified. Like, quite literally, these will not work underwater. Also, they can't... Flooded. Yeah, there you go. Flooded buildings. I mean, if you really want one there and we can figure out a way to get up there, then maybe. But that'll come later. I just need to have somewhere to pop this thing. What if you build platforms so they can work in the bad tide? That was the idea, but I didn't have enough metal. Now I probably do. We've got other stuff we got to take care of, and I'm going to be done here in a little bit. And I'm just going to pick a couple random spots and put these things in here because the people deserve to have frogs. And flip that guy right there. Yeah, the scenic centrifuges. Frog statue should be naturally occurring ruins for pretend lore, and you can choose to rebuild or tear down for metal. That would be cool. I know there's a mod that adds other things, other plants and stuff that you can find on a map. You can use to build a map. I wonder if you could integrate the frog statue with that. That would be neat. Why don't we just close the water sources completely off until we get the rest of the structure built? Because that is not in the spirit of the game, and I think I'm getting pretty heavy rain here. Oh, yep, thunderstorm. All right, so I probably will want to shut this thing off sooner rather than later. Shanty speakers next to the frogs. All right, you know what? We haven't done anything with these things. Oh, it's got a range. All right. So I'll put a shanty speaker here. Yeah, I can hear the rain hitting the house through the headphones, through the game noise, so we're definitely going to be done in a minute here. But now I'm curious. I want to hear what this sounds like. Oh, you can only hear it when you zoom in. Okay. Is it working again? Is it working again? Let me check and see. I see playback on my phone. I don't have the audio turned on, but I am currently on my hotspot from my phone. I didn't want to... I guess it is working, but I can't keep this up for too long. The speed's not very good. But I did not want to end the stream without actually saying goodbye, so I'm glad that I was able to get on for just a second. But yeah, weather is really, really bad where I'm at now, and the internet is out. I do not know when it will be back on. My cell phone still works for the time being, so I will go ahead and... Oh, you know what I did? You know what I did? I let the beavers go through this in bad tide. Is anybody down here? I don't think so. So I will just disconnect, and that solves that problem. But yeah, that's going to be it, friends. I am quite literally out of UPS power, just about, I think. And we'll see what happens later. But we'll be back streaming sometime later this week. Not sure about this weekend. No, I absolutely was serious. No, I was already going to be in the process of trying to at least come back to say, hey, I have to end stream because my internet's out. But yeah, appreciate you guys. All the support, as always. Fantastic, wonderful. Genuinely, really, really, really helps me out with not just YouTube stuff, but, you know, the real life stuff. Like, you know, I probably should try to paste stuff and try to advance my position in life. So you guys are really making a huge difference, and I really, truly appreciate you. But I actually have to get off of this, or one, my phone's going to combust, and two, I'm going to run out of power to shut my computer off. So we'll see you guys later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.